Good evening, everybody. Julie here, and welcome to the channel. Tonight's video, we are going to continue with the Presidents of the United States. This is a book I got at Ollie's, written by Jody Shepard, and we're learning about the different presidents. These are very short, and just because I find it interesting, and we can always use a refresher. So these are very short, and then I add a little on that I do a little research, and that's just what we're doing. Please excuse the congestion. I'm going to try not to cough, but I don't know if I can stop that from happening. But this congestion and everything and cough is really annoying, but we're going to get through this. All right, today we are on our sixth president, John Quincy Adams. He was born July the 11th, 1767 in Massachusetts. He served from 1825 to 1829. His vice president was John Calhoun, and his wife was Louisa, and he had 4 children, and he died in 1848. John Quincy Adams liked to swim early each morning in the Potomac River near the White House. Did you know John Quincy Adams was the first president to have his photograph taken? John Quincy Adams had a lot of government experience. He was the son of President John Adams and had held important government positions for the first 5 American presidents. The 1824 election was so close that Congress had to decide the winner. In the end, it was up to Congress to decide the winner. As president, Adams suggested a program to build new roads, canals, and schools, but their close election had left bad feelings with some people, so his program did not get passed. After he left the White House, Adams won the election as a congressman from Massachusetts. He earned great respect by becoming one of the loudest voices speaking up against slavery in the United States. Now, in my research, some of it might be repetitive, and it's in no certain order. I was just trying to go through on Google and get the facts about him. He also served as a diplomat, senator, and a member of the House of Representatives. So president wasn't the only thing. And he held many other positions with some of the other presidents, like Secretary of State, I think, and some other stuff like that. He ended up being part of the Whig Party, but he started out as a Federalist, then went to, which was what his father was. Then he went to the Democrat/Republican Party, as it was called, before joining the Whig Party, which is what he ended up being. It was a lot different back then. They had the Federalist Party, then they had the Republican/Democratic Party, and then they had the Whig Party. Now, the Federalist Party is about done with. That was with the Founding Fathers. That kind of government ended. And you're going to see a break here in the next little bit, where it's going to be a Democratic Party and a Republican Party, and I think the Whigs are going to fall out of there too. He was strongly against slavery, and we saw that at the end. And some fun facts about him: he liked to dance. He nearly drowned as president. He and his servant, his manservant, tried to paddle a canoe across Timber Creek. The canoe sprang a leak, and they jumped out and swam to the shore. He was the first president to be interviewed by a woman. They said the color of his head was the index of his feelings. And I think he had some bald spot, and you know how some people, when they get mad, their head will turn red. So depending on that, you can see his head turn colors depending on how his feelings. I already said he's against slavery. He also fought for the rights of women and Native Americans. He had some really great ideas. And Congress, just when he was president, there was such a break in the parties there that the Congress just didn't support him and didn't vote to pass his stuff that he put in place. He graduated from Harvard and became a successful attorney before he got into politics. He spent the winter of 1795 to 1796 in London, where he met and married Louisa. His parents were totally against it. They didn't want him wearing somebody out of the country because he was in England, and they were just not happy that he did this. Louisa's father had deep debts and skipped town before um, he ever paid the dowry for Louisa, and Louisa was deeply embarrassed by this. But Adams noted in his diary that he had no regrets for marrying Louisa. His personality and political beliefs were much like his father's. He had some depression, and he was saying that maybe it was due to the pressures put on him by his parents. Um, he is said to have one of the highest IQs of any president ever, and he spoke 8 languages. So he was a very, very brilliant man. And a lot of people, what I hate hearing nowadays is I hear these young kids nowadays, oh, our forefathers were stupid. They didn't know what they were doing. They have nothing on the people of nowadays. Listen, these men were so much smarter than some of today's people. And he was the first to have his photo taken. Let's see if I can hold that right there. You go. And we got the Potomac River there that he's swimming across. So he was a very brilliant man. Um, his presidential period would have been a lot more successful if he would have gotten the House of Representatives and everybody on board. But he was a very good person, and he worked on a lot of the things, the Monroe Compromise, and he helped in acquiring Florida of the state with Monroe before him. So he was a very influential person. He was very, very into the rights of people. So that's it. That's our president for tonight. And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. I hope that you'll like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things that get the channel out there. And, I'd love to hear your comments. What do you think about the presidents of these that we're reading? Is any of this news to you, or do you want to add any input? Do you know anything else that you've learned that I might not have noticed? So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget again to like, comment, subscribe, share, and make sure you check out the other videos like the Bible recap. We're reading the Bible in a year in chronological order. All of my stuff is in playlists now, so you can check out that, child advocacy, Avon, travel, whatever you'd like. Just check it out. It's all in playlists now and easy for you to find. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you in the next video. Good night.